from PromoRepublic, and with me we have WSI Smart Marketing.
Hello. I'm
Hi.
Cynthia Burgess. I'm the Senior Account Manager here at WSI Smart Marketing.
And I'm Destiny Hayden, and I'm the Social Media Coordinator here at WSI Smart Marketing.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Having us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So today we're going to be talking about all things social media. We want to really learn from your perspective how you're using WSI Social, as well as what social media looks like for you, as well as your clients at WSI Smart Marketing. Awesome. So I think a good place to start would be kind of at the beginning in terms of what are you doing at WSI Smart Marketing for your own socials and how you're managing that, and then a twofold question, what are you doing for your clients?
Cool. So as of now, for WSI Smart Marketing, we've been trying to take advantage of the platforms that work best for us in our industry. So we use Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and then also we have YouTube channels, 2 separate channels now.
Yeah.
So basically, my strategy was figuring out what type of content our followers want to see, plus the business side of it, the business owners, people who are going to hire us, what they would like to see. So that's developing tips, showing our company culture life in different posts, sharing what we do, going to conventions, workshops, just really stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, I've seen, obviously I follow your socials and I see a lot of really cool personal touches on your LinkedIn and Facebook, everywhere. How are you, coming up with all of these ideas, such as when basketball season was in town, you did a really cool basketball playoff post. How do you come up with those really fun and relevant posts for social?
Well, it's really collaborative.
Yeah, there's times where, Destiny does a really great job because she's super creative and she's just constantly researching stuff, but it's also kind of looking at what do people care about. So one thing I know we realized in the beginning was doing those kind of images where they're just static and they're just talking about our services, but then we realized people they don't really like stock photos. They want pictures of us, which is nice. So we saw that people, our posts were performing better. They got more reach. There was more engagement when it was, let's say we talk about a service, but it was a picture about us. But we're just constantly, Destiny and I have a touchdown every other week on just how we're doing, what we're doing, how can we do better, or what is working, and let's keep the same. And we just collaborate and communicate constantly. And then, with Ryan, we talk with him every once in a while to get his ideas because he's always got some crazy ideas. So, yeah, it's just communication and collaborating together and just trying to think of fun ways and, just trying for ourselves not to stay in our box and say, we're digital marketing, but what's the other side? What are our clients looking at? And if it's basketball season, what do people care about? The Warriors. So let's do something about the Warriors and maybe they'll care. So it's just trying to be creative and trying to have fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think having fun on social is really important, and that can, traverse several industries. So it's not just, for marketers that having fun on social happens. It could be every industry, and I think that's what people need to keep in mind at the back of their head planning.
Always too keeping in mind the authenticness of doing, because you get so trapped in wanting to maybe do just something that maybe has, I don't know, a brand voice, but it's not really us. So we've kind of really figured out who we are and just, instilling our culture and our values and what we do, and it seems to be doing well. So, but always remember, just be real and authentic as much as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. And one thing I think you're really good at as a group is maintaining that voice across the different social media channels where it's appropriate. And I know...
Destiny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was tough in the beginning, a little, Yeah.
So how did you strike that balance and find really what worked per different platform?
So first, really researching, aside from what we do, what the purpose of each platform was. It was really important for me, in the beginning, being informative on LinkedIn and keeping it professional isn't really going to work that well with, like, people who are fast-paced on Instagram just really looking at videos and pictures. So once I figured out which each platform is good for and that type of, like, theme and style and voice, then I was able to, like, use our style and who we are and make it, like, mesh with each one.
I think that's really important. So then I think that's kind of a really interesting pivot to social media and your clients, because, you know, as an IC, you know, managing clients means you're channeling their voice. So I can imagine, you know, we all know what it's like working with clients and what they have in their head and what, you know, we have as marketers in our heads and what, you know, will work. So can you talk a little bit about maybe what you're offering, what WSI Smart Marketing offers for clients, and then how you navigate that process?
So in the beginning, when we was our first client, what we did was we really had to figure out what his style and what his tone was, because his industry was it's a painting company, so different from ours. So once we figured out, like, what's okay to say, what's not okay, his type of, like, voice, then from there, like, creating posts that we know from the marketing side, like, okay, like, this is what his type of fans and people like to see, and, like, what other profiles in his industry do, and then, like, using it with our, like, marketing tactic and being able to
and we kind of just we realized, I mean, we did meet with like a social media consultant, and we were kind of trying to figure out she's a professor at a college nearby, and she only does social media, so she refers a lot of business to us, which is nice because she doesn't do any digital marketing. But we kind of went with her and realized we figured out sort of an onboarding process. So we have, when we first meet with a new client, we have a meeting with them, and that's just our strategy, figuring out what's their tone, what's their, you know, who is their target market, the themes for them, like, are we going to be doing, like, for us, you know, we do happy hours in our culture and our services, but for them, you know, are they active in the community? Family's important to him. So showing him sort of out there in our area, and then his services, his portfolio, because he has, you know, he does painting, so before and after shots, and that's what people probably really care about and what they want to see on there. So kind of really figuring that out from the beginning, and then as the campaigns go, looking at the reports, meeting with the client every month, and then kind of constantly sort of optimizing what we're doing, because we want to see, we're looking at which posts are performing well, which are not, and then realizing, like, okay, we should post more about this, people are caring, you know, he needs to be in them because people like to see him and the human side of his business. So sort of measuring that and then improving on that. And then, it's just every month kind of looking at that and working with the client. So again, collaboration, communication. So.
Yeah, I think those are the key steps to any cohesive relationship. That definitely makes sense. So then that was like your journey with the first client, and whenever there's a first, it's always, you know, trial and error and perfecting that process. So has that, you know, kind of changed as you're bringing on more clients and offering social to more of your clients?
Now that we've figured out the onboarding process and how to, like, communicate in between, what we've learned is that each client's also different. So, like, one client might be super collaborative and want to get, like, the content to you and has all these different ideas. And then another client could kind of be like, we're trusting you, like, you guys do the social media and know about the digital marketing and trends and stuff. So it just, like, depends.
Yeah, and I think because social media is such, like, you know, the posts are live, I think clients, I mean, we have some clients that they want to see it and they really want to approve it, and we're going to be getting a new client that's doing social media. And what's different about that company versus the painting company is the painting company, we're dealing with the owner of the business who really has no time to do it, but he doesn't have someone right now who can really kind of look at everything. So it's changing our communication based on who we're working with. But this new client, we're going to be working with sort of the marketing coordinator there, and she's very hands-on. She's going to be, I think she's open to using the platform too and creating the client access, giving her a user account. So I think she's going to be a lot more active, which will be interesting to see how that, you know, she's going to go in, edit the posts like through the platform, which will be great. So yeah, so kind of changing, it's just realizing that some clients are going to be very active and sort of hands-on, and some are not going to be, and just allowing us to just do it. So, yeah.
Absolutely. No, that definitely makes sense. So one question that I think maybe you even get a lot from the IC network, but we always get a lot as partners of WSI is pricing. How do I, as an IC, price social media so it's, you know, lucrative for a business, but also the clients feel like they're getting a lot of value. So can you talk a little bit about what your offerings in social look like right now?
Yeah, so like the actual pricing for it too?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, right now we have 3 packages. So there's like the most basic one, and then sort of a medium one, and then the larger one. So the first one, starter one, is we're pricing it out at $750, and then the second one's going to be $1,050, so $1,050, and then the third one I want to say is $1,650.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a really aggressive one because that one includes YouTube, which includes a video marketing campaign strategy. So with video, it's just a lot more, you know how it is with video, it's just a whole new animal. So it's just a lot more time and labor, and like we really want it to be a good video campaign where it's also like we're adding captions, which take time. So the way we were, I mean, at first we met with Ryan and kind of figured out, Destiny and I worked together in realizing, you know, how much time is it going to take for her to build out a single post, and how much time does it take you, like how much time should we do for engagement, and then working with the client. So kind of really looking at all the deliverables that we provide, and what does that look like for her and her time, and then also for us on the back end, you know, we have like our magic number of our overhead costs, and then we just, that's how we ended up with that price.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And for those, let's say your starter package at, I believe it was $750.
Yeah.
What, like how many posts per month are included in that, just so we can have a reference point?
Oh, it's 8 posts a month.
Okay.
So altogether, sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was going to say, no, you're.
Yeah, and then altogether, because that is 4 or 3.
So it's 8 posts per month, sort of per platform.
Yeah.
So when we say 4 or 8, let's take that comes with 3 platforms. So it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, which you could switch out for Twitter if you want. But with our sort of business industries, LinkedIn's been popular. Yeah. So 8 posts sort of on each of those, which equates to about 24. So each week, 4 weeks, we're posting twice a week. So I know it's a long answer.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think we want to hear, because especially, you know, with WSI being such a global network, pricing is definitely going to be different across every single market and even every region. But they, you know, what we get a lot in terms of questions is, you know, what is a reference point and where do we go from there? So I know in our first webinar with WSI, we had Andreas who broke down his pricing. So I think just hearing how different ICs are managing that is going to be really helpful overall for maybe those that aren't doing social right now. Yeah. So then the last question, or I guess topic overall, is WSI Social and any other tools that you're using. So I know, you know, we've been in contact since I spoke at the Napa Digital Summit, and that's kind of really where PromoRepublic, and you can obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but that's where like PromoRepublic in terms of a tool became more and more adopted at WSI Smart Marketing. So can you, I guess, walk us through how you're using the platform and maybe what other tools you're using on social overall?
Yeah, so first, it's like the hub of where I leave everything. So what we do, and then for our clients as well, it will be a mixture of sometimes of like the really cool stock images and then real life pictures that we took like at an event. So it's really helpful to have all of those pictures and content in one place. So the content library and the editor area, and now the new My Ideas place is like key, because in social media, creating posts, management, it needs to have one spot. And then also like organizing the content calendar. So versus us, like WSI Smart Marketing and our clients, like I've been doing like around 3 posts every week, and for 2 a week for our clients. So what I do is just make it all a month in advance, all schedule it out with the times, and then it's really cool because you could have the captions already there, hashtags, all of that. And then once it's all scheduled out, I can send it to approval to a client, and then me and Cynthia work collaboratively together with us, and so I send it to her. And so from then on there, she can go in, look at the post, approve it. If she wants to make any changes, like edit the caption right then and there, like to the picture directly, leave any changes, or just leave notes. And then if I see her note, then I can like click on the check little button, like, okay, she said make sure the logo is this color. Let me switch it real quick. I know that I did it. Click it right there.
Yeah. Which I think those are new changes that came up or something. I know the Ideas is new, which is kind of nice. You can connect them to, because I think before they kind of lived all in one place, so it's kind of nice. And organize them a little better, because I don't need to see ideas for WSI for my painting company. So that's been a nice sort of new update that came out.
And then the reporting also, so that's key when it comes to our clients, and then for us too, like for me, I like to look too.
Yeah.
And so it's nice because now you're able to download the report, and it goes to PDF. And so from then on, like I just play with them, and then I could put it in my own reporting package and send it to the client and print it out when we have our reporting meetings. So it's nice where I have the place where I can store all the content, organize it, schedule it the days, the exact time, all on each different platform, and then be able to like show what's being scheduled out, and then from the reporting at the end of the month, prove everything and show like the reports.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And are you inviting any clients in? So have you had experience where the client actually using it with you for that approval process?
Not yet. So with our first client, like what Cynthia was kind of explaining, he's very like, okay.
Well, he just calls us. He's like,
he's
hey,
the
do you
owner.
have 5 minutes? Like, I'd rather just call you. I don't have time. So.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah.
He's busy. He's the business owner. Like, we get it. So we've like had our own type of style now. But for our client, like, she definitely is more hands-on, and because she is a marketing person. So that would be where like we get our opportunity to show like someone how to do the client access, and then go in from there. So it'll be exciting to see how that works.
Yeah, no, that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, no, this was really, really helpful, and I want to thank you both for taking the time to speak with me and giving us a little bit more insight into what social media looks like at WSI Smart Marketing and how you're using WSI Social. So thank you so much.
Thank you.